What's up, everyone? It is Joe from Team Dark Magic Attack. I went out, got 3 of the Blue Eyes structure decks, built a budget deck. I'm going to show you guys my profile here in a minute. I think this deck is pretty cracked for what it is. I think just in the past year or so, starting with the Crystal Beast and the branded decks, and then Dark World to Fire Kings, and just keep they've been really good, becoming I guess meta relevant. Maybe I shouldn't use meta relevant, but pretty decent decks for just, even just casual players wanting just some budget builds, or, you can even take some of these to locals and, maybe adding a few staples here and there and you're set. I think Konami's done a really good job here in the past year, and I hope they keep it up. I hope, honestly, later this year we get a Dark Magician structure deck and get probably a tuner, honestly, with a couple of new fusions and support cards Here's Praying, and then have Dark Magician be somewhat relevant in the meta, hopefully. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into it here. So we're gonna start out playing 3 Blue Eyes. It does come with a couple artworks, but I'm one of those guys. I just like having the same artwork. You could play 2 of these. You would replace this with your Dragon Spirit of Light if you wanted to. So something like that if you really wanted to. But I'm just playing 3 of them in this build. I haven't really gotten to test out 2, but 3 seems okay. There's a bunch of cards in here that I don't really like. It's not really a brick per se. There's a lot of cards that discard it and things like that. We're gonna play 2. Neo Kaiser Seahorse, so this is a tuner. He's a dragon type, which is interesting because I think he was a sea serpent, if I'm not mistaken, with the original Kaiser Seahorse. But if you control Blue Eyes, you can special summon them, and then you can target 1 light tuner on the field, either increase or decrease the level. So that just works out with the synchro plays, messing around with them. If this card's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 1 Blue Eyes monster or 1 monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck to the graveyard except him. So that's really good. And then here's a card you can always send to the graveyard that is Maiden of White. So she's a tuner as well, light spellcaster tuner. So you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to place 1 true light from your hand, deck, or graveyard, which is nuts. It places it, and it's, you can just activate it, which is a big win for Blue Eyes, because Dark Magician, you have Magician Salvation, and that just sets it, and you can't activate it that turn. So if we could get a card like that for Dark Magician, hell yeah, I'm all game for it. So if you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon while this is in the graveyard, except the damage step, you can special summon this onto the field, and then you can, when this card, or when a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when it's targeted for an attack, quick effect, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 level 1 light tuner from your graveyard. So basically, if she's in your graveyard, so if you dump Kaiser Seahorse, or use her, dump her in there, special summon Blue Eyes, she just follows. So that just sets you up for your synchro plays for next turn. Playing 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue, tuner again, spellcaster level 1. When this is normal summoned, add 1 level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand except him. You can discard this and target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. If you do, special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. So that's amazing. Playing 2 Dictator of D's. Once again, if you want to play 3, go for it. You guys can mess around with your own ratios. I think 2's fine. While you control Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can send 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Special summon this from your hand. You can discard 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that mentions it to special summon a Blue Eyes monster in the graveyard. So basically, you can dump a Blue Eyes, special him, and then you can discard a Blue Eyes card from your hand and then special summon that Blue Eyes. So that's pretty good, to be honest. One Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. If this is special summon, you can add one ritual or polymerization from your deck to your hand during your end phase. You can add one level 8 or higher dragon monster from your deck. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard. All level 8 or higher dragon monsters you control gain 1,000 attack. So that's pretty good. And then you got the one Jet Dragon, and then one Blue Eyes Alternative. This one special summons itself. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Use each of the following effects of Jet Dragon once per turn. And can only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on the field or in the graveyard. If a card on the field was destroyed by battle card effects, special summon this card from the graveyard or hand at the start damage step of this battle's. You can target one card your opponent controls, and return it to their hand. So just bounces something back. And then Alternative Dragon, reveal Blue Eyes, special summon it, and then it can do one pop per turn, but it can't attack. So I'm playing one Max. You can totally not play Max Dragon if you don't want to, but I think just having like a second beater, in like kind of like a win condition because he can't be targeted or anything, and he does double piercing damage, which is pretty big threat to be honest. So I think just having one of these is nice. And then we're playing 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Veilers, and 3 Nibs. So the fact that, you know, this deck has Ash, Veiler, and Nibs is pretty nuts. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is crazy. So that's it for the monsters. And then spells, we are playing 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue. So this is a new card. You can discard one card, add one level 1 light tuner, and a spell that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, except this card. You can banish this from your graveyard, then target one Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. You equip one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck as an equipped spell. That gives it 400 attack, and you can use each once per turn. So I'll explain what you want to use this for here later. We were playing 2 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Special summon in defense, one Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. But if you control no Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dragon monsters, which is fine. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon one monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes monster. Like, that's nuts. Like, this is just an extra fusion card. We're playing 1 Ultimate Fusion. Speaking of fusion cards, that's just the one basic fusion card. Chaos Form, 1 Mausoleum of White, and then 1 Cold Buy. Mausoleum of White is here basically for the new Link monster. So traps, pretty light on traps. 1 True Light. So this one lets you special summon a Blue Eyes from hand or graveyard, and then set 1 spell or trap from deck that mentions Blue Eyes, with a different name from the cards you control or in the graveyard. So, like, you can basically grab whatever card you need. But also, if this is destroyed, it destroys all your face-up monsters, or is it just, all monsters. So, just, once again, as a Dark Magician player, we have Eternal Soul, and it's the same thing. But this is just like 1 upgrade better because it searches any spell or trap. Eternal Soul just searches for Dark Magic Attack and 1,000 Knives, and then it can special summon Dark Magician. So, like, just 1's fine. You have a way to bring this back from the graveyard. 1 Majesty of White Dragons, and then we're playing 3 Imperms. So, and that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, and you have everything you need for the extra deck, we are playing 3 of Spirit with Eyes of Blue. So this card's pretty nutty. You just need a level 4 lower dragon or spellcaster monster. You can't special summon monsters except dragon monsters, which is totally fine. You can only use each effects once per turn. If this card is link summoned, You can take one Mausoleum of White from your deck and add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can tribute this card and special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. But if you special summon an effect monster from your graveyard, it cannot attack and its effects are negated. So you can just basically grab Mausoleum of White and then you can tribute this to basically get your Blue Eyes out, which is pretty nutty. We were playing 3 Blue Eyes Spirit. We were playing 3 of the new ones, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. We were playing 1 Seal, 2 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is basically the one you want to equip with the wishes. So, and then 1 Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. This one's basically your game winner. 2 level 8 monsters can't attack directly unless if it has a normal monster, and then when it's special summoned or XE summoned, you can just negate all cards your opponent controls on the field at that moment, and then you can detach and then special summon a normal monster, and then it gains 1,000 attack. So like, it's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty. And I didn't even think I went over the new one here. I'm sorry. But your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, so, you know, no D-shifter or anything like that, or bestials at that point. You can each have the following effects of him once per turn. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, this card gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 light dragon monster from your graveyard except him. So you can just basically negate the effect and give him 1,000 attack. So, yeah, that's pretty nutty. So, all in all, this deck is pretty crazy. And, like, you know, if you want to, you can take out a Tyrant Dragon or, you know, one of the Spirit Dragons, throw in the Twin Burst. I like Twin Burst because it's a contact fusion. But, I mean, like, so many better options at this point. And if you really want to, you can throw in the Ultimate Dragon for, like, the equipped thing or whatever, but it's kind of outdated. But, like, same thing with the whole deck in general. Like, it came with, like, a bunch of other cards. You got, like, Melody, Burst Stream, Trade-In. I mean, this isn't 2015 anymore. Like, this is 2025. And, like, these cards just don't really do anything. Couple cards, you know, if you want to decide anything in, I would say, like, Destined Rivals, which is basically just a skill drain. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician, you can activate it and then just negates all face-up monsters' effects. But, yeah, and then you got, like, you know, other cards, like I said. That one. I'm surprised they didn't have, like, Blue Eyes Solid Dragon or Deep Eyes, Blue Eyes Deep Dragon or whatever it is off the top of my head. I can't remember, but, I mean, all in all, this deck's pretty good for what it is. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys would add anything, take anything out. I know a lot of people are putting in, like, Primite stuff. I'm too poor for that, but I think just alone as just, like, a budget build, like, you could definitely win a few matches with this. Especially, like, with this guy here. You know, you summon him to get everything on board, detach, special summon another Blue Eyes, or, you know, so, but yeah, it has to be a normal monster, so, you know, just bring back your Blue Eyes, give it an extra, you know, 1,000, so 4K, and then, you know, swing if you have your whole board set up, like, he's protected by trap cards and stuff, so, I mean, yeah, you're pretty much set with this deck. I would highly suggest for people, if, like I said, if you want to get it back into the game, or if you just want, like, a casual deck, just to play with your friends or something, buy 3 of these. You know, follow this deck profile if you want. I know a lot of other people put on profiles, and which might be a little different from mine, which is totally fine. You know, you can play however you want. You know, there's not really a wrong way to build a deck per se. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. So, peace.